We have Lando Norris from McLaren, the first Formula One driver to ever come on the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz.
Let's go!
Lando, you're also one of our favorite drivers. A fan sent me a picture of you once, and it had like an autograph on it. I was wondering if this was your real signature. Did you sign this?
Look at this.
That's really not my signature. I'm sorry.
No,
wow.
it's scam. It's
That is
That is
fraudulent.
a big scam.
Oh,
I haven't even paid for it or anything.
Oh no! What kind of introduction is that? You introducing him to counterfeit?
I
I can send you another one. I'll send you another one. That's probably one of my best ever photos. I'm a racing driver, but that's me modeling and pulling off some of my best modeling moves I've ever done in my life. So it's a good photo, but it's definitely not my signature.
Okay, you can send me another one. Our address is 1020 Ocean Drive, Miami Beach, Miami 33139.
Jessica, how are you starting this interview by fangirling and now just requesting autographs? This is not journalism. This is not cover the sport like a journalist.
Okay, I've got a follow up then. Lando, does every Formula One driver have to learn how to be a model?
Pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of photo shoots, a lot of videos. It's really not something I like. I'm really not good at it. I might look like it in this photo, which is surprising, but there's a lot of like apparel shoots you have to do, and there's partner staff always wearing their clothes and things, and putting on that blue steel kind of face is not an easy thing to do. So it's something you have to learn.
When you're shooting that intro, that's like da 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 da. Like, what are you thinking in your head while all the cameras are going around? Like, are you just trying not to laugh?
Through most of it, yes. There's a lot of retakes. There's probably like hours and hours of footage to get probably like 5 seconds of actual content worth. But there's a lot of it, especially if it's like if you're with another driver or if it's with Daniel in the room. Like Daniel will try and make me laugh and prolong the filming for many, many hours. If I'm on my own, maybe I can deal with it. It's tough, like trying to not laugh and trying to keep a straight face through a lot of it. But if Daniel's there, it makes it a lot worse, and it takes a lot longer.
Okay, Lando, so most of our audience is in the United States, and the United States has obviously blown up in terms of like Formula One fandom in the last year. So you were in Miami for the race about a month ago. Chris and I attended. Dan attended. He had a terrible outfit on. We'll get to that later. Have you noticed a difference in the reaction you've gotten from American fans when you've been in Austin and in Miami?
Absolutely. I guess the biggest one was going to Austin last year after COVID, and then after 2 seasons of Netflix. That was huge, with the fan attendance there, but obviously so many of the fans as well going, I'm your fan now, or I got into Formula One through watching Netflix. Like pretty much 90% of the people say that now. I think Austin was the highest attended Formula One race ever in history until that point. And I think a lot of it is simply down to the Netflix series. So I think it's awesome. It's been such a good help for the sport to bring so many new fans in, so many people who maybe would never switch on the sport channel to watch Formula One, but then because of Netflix have actually got into it, which is awesome. And hopefully it proves that as like Americans as well, we're much cooler than NASCAR and much cooler than IndyCar as well.
Ooh, wow. Shots fired.
Will that make headlines?
Yeah.
Will that be a thing?
I mean, it's sort of self-explanatory.
I agree
Formula
with
One
it.
is miles cooler than any of the other major racing circuits.
But can we make some headlines with him if he's going to be that flippant about it? How much cooler are you than these other these inferior brands?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a massive fan of NASCAR. I've never done it. I would love to. I would love an opportunity to go and drive a NASCAR, and maybe not do an oval because they're scary and you've got to be a bit crazy to do those kind of things. But to drive a NASCAR, to go and do an IndyCar, not race, but just a test and drive that as well. Like I have a huge and massive amount of respect for these drivers. I just think like as something to watch, I actually do enjoy watching NASCAR. And maybe some people are going to hate me for saying that. And I love watching IndyCar. But I think in terms of technology and racing and just level of everything, in terms of performance, instead of engineers and drivers and everything. Drivers, this could be a bit controversial, but I think we're much above everything else. So
I think it's fascinating when Formula One drivers say that either NASCAR or IndyCar is terrifying, because Max Verstappen made a similar comment around the time of the Indy 500 that like he would never do that because it's so scary. But I think a lot of fans think what you do is scary. So how do you see the difference in what you do and what they do?
It's a good question. I think like a lot of what we do, people would say it's scary, and I guess we're on like narrower roads. We do the street circuits. I guess similar to IndyCar, but we do the street circuits, and we have Monaco, right, which is sometimes just only like a few meters wide, and you can be going 180, 190 miles an hour. So there's many bad things that can happen in Formula One. I just think like over racing is and things like that, especially NASCAR. NASCAR, they celebrate when you take someone out, like it's part of the racing, right? If you crash into someone and you spin them on the back straight on the last lap and you take them out and cause a massive wreck, like it's celebrated, and it's just everyone loves that kind of stuff. And it's just a different kind of attitude to Formula One, but it's also a lot of fun. Like I enjoy watching it. I think it's all scary, right? It's all you need guts to do all of these types of racing, and that's the end of it.
Can you forgive my ignorance? You are saying they are inferior racers, correct? And I don't. And you said it's a bit controversial, but I do you look at it as the minor leagues of racing, even while terrified by it, even while liking it, and even while respecting it? Do you think of yourselves as the major leaguers and they're the minor leaguers?
Definitely probably not as drivers. Absolutely not as drivers. I think as a spectacle to watch, I think so. I think there's more fan love, there's more attendance, there's more. It's a bigger spectacle of sport around the world. In terms of drivers, absolutely not. Like I'm good at driving a Formula One car around a circuit that goes left and right. If I hopped in a NASCAR and I went up against any of the NASCAR drivers, I would get absolutely smoked and I'd probably finish last. So I can't say anything about the drivers. Absolutely not. Like I said, I have all the respect for everyone and so on. But I think just as a spectacle, as a sport, I don't think anything tops Formula One and just the eliteness of it all. But as drivers, we're all equal. We're all the top of our individual sports, whether it's IndyCar, whether it's Formula One, or whether it's NASCAR. Everyone's good at what they're doing, and everyone's the best at what they're doing. And therefore, we're all on the same level from that respect.
Lando Norris of McLaren with us. And Lando, you mentioned the spectacle. That's sort of what Miami specializes in. What did you make of the spectacle of basically popping up a Formula One race in an NFL stadium? And you mentioned headlines. There were some headlines about the quality of the race, the quality of the racetrack. What did you make overall of the Miami experience?
The Miami experience was amazing. It was my first time really also being in Miami. I've been briefly before, but only for like a couple hours. So this is my first proper experience of Miami and the people and everything. And I did love it. Apart from the traffic was probably the only frustrating thing about it all. But everything else was awesome, like especially at the race itself, with the amount of stars or celebrities there as well. Like that adds to it, that's what makes Formula One also so cool, is the people who are interested in it. It was a good race. I think it might not have been, in terms of driving, maybe quite the level everyone was expecting, but I think everyone knows that it'll be better next time, simply, and we'll enjoy it more next time, and it'll be a better race again. So I think for the first race of a new circuit and in such a place, it's hard for everything to be perfect. And I think next year we're going to go, things will be more improved. But in terms of like fan attendance and the show that they put on around the race itself, I don't think there's many things which top it. So as an actual race weekend itself, I'd say it's probably one of the best ever Formula One.
What would you change for next year? Was it an issue with like track temperatures? Was it the surface of the track itself? Do you think the circuit needs to be adjusted in terms of like certain turns? Like what would you like to see different next year?
I think the main thing which the drivers complained of, I think the main one is the track surface that they used. You have Formula One cars pulling 3.5, 4G around some of the corners, sometimes more. And we were just tearing up the track, like the concrete and whatever was coming apart. There were stones everywhere. So when you went off track, like there was absolutely zero grip. And it was making people afraid to pass, afraid to try things and stuff like that. It's just something that almost shouldn't have happened, but it's something that they've learned from, and I think they're going to try to fix for next year.
We're talking to you ahead of the race in Azerbaijan, but the last couple, including the race in Miami, there were moments where you haven't felt good recently. Is everything okay after Monaco and Barcelona, where from a personal standpoint you weren't feeling at your best? Still pulled off some amazing finishes, but are you 100% now heading into Baku?
I am, thankfully. I'm back where I should be. I've been struggling with tonsillitis, a bit of a fever and everything. Quite a bad one, actually. So it had started in Barcelona, and it was risky or not whether I was going to do the race, and I ended up doing it. But it was very, very close to not doing it. And I was struggling. I was in a lot of pain. I was struggling a bit. I was already a little bit better for Monaco, and I could do a better job in Monaco. And now I've had a 1 weekend off. We've had a little break since then, and I'm back to where I should be. So I'm excited. It should be a good weekend. Baku is always an amazing track. Always produces good racing, some crashes, red flags, yellow flags, whatever it is. So no, I'm good. I'm back to where I should be. I can enjoy it again a little bit more rather than being in pain. But I'm just excited for this weekend.
So, Lando, I don't know if you've ever been to a Formula One race as just a fan, not as a driver or like a hopeful driver, but if you were going to a race, say, in Miami as a fan, and there's going to be a lot of people there and it's kind of like this big glitzy event, what would you wear to that event?
Oh, no.
As a guy or a girl?
As Lando Norris. Like, would you wear basketball shorts? Would you wear a polo? Would you wear jeans? Like, what would you wear?
What would I wear? I think it was too hot. I think you'd wear like some nice white, like chinos kind of thing, some nice white or slightly beige trousers, something cool, a little white shirt. You want to look smart in Miami, right? There's a lot of people dressing up.
You aren't going to do this.
Got
to
be
me.
in a nice white shirt as well.
Well,
so something cool in summer.
So Lando, you're most of the way
God,
there,
no.
but we haven't exactly pulled off the outfit here. So Dan, who you see in your Zoom window here, is on your left, and he's kind of wearing like a basketball shorts, white polo look. Is that?
Yes.
Is that what you want to be going for at a Grand Prix?
I think he's going to think I'm the best.
Check the shoes.
The best dressed in that picture.
Flat brim hat. Orthopedic shoes.
You can be honest.
Someone with my style, I couldn't pull that off with my coolness, but obviously you're probably a bit cooler than me, so you can pull it off.
That's right. Yeah.
Especially because I'm probably a bit smaller than you, so basketball shorts for me almost look like trousers, which is an issue.
A bit.
Lando, beyond being a driver for McLaren and being a Formula One driver, what do people shout at you at airports or shout at you when they see you on the street? Because I think if I saw you, I'd probably shout, "It's Friday," then "It's Saturday," Sunday, what?
Nah, you know what? That so many people have said that to me over the last year and a half or 2 years now. That has become my most hated song and saying.
Oh no! Oh no! They've
so I really hope you don't shout that at me. Otherwise, I'll probably give you the middle finger now or something.
So what would you prefer I shout at you instead?
Just call me your hero or something, and then I'll be happy with that.
All right, very good.
We have 1 minute left, Lando. I have a few quick questions for you. Do you prefer the Monaco Marina or the Miami Marina?
They're very different. Monaco is Monaco. It's a very unique circuit. Miami was very good for many different reasons.
Answer the question.
Just the marina, though.
Answer
Which
the
marina
question.
would you rather hang
Answer
out
the
at?
question.
I'll have to go with Monaco.
Okay. Do you say controversy or controversy?
What was the second one? Say that second one again.
Controversy. Do you say
How do you say controversy?
How do you say the word controversy? Well,
controversy.
oh, okay.
Thank
so you
you.
don't say controversy.
No, I've never heard anyone say that in my life.
No chance.
Okay.
Last question.
Carlos or Charles? No, that's not the last question.
We're out of time.
Oh,
We have 7
Carlos.
seconds, Dan. Carlos.
Easy.
Okay. Okay, last one. Do you say bona fides or bona fides?
I say what? Bona fide?
Yes.
Or bona fides.
What is it? What is the meaning of bona fide?
Like your bona fides, like your credentials for
Your
something. Like
credentials.
your bona fides, your bona fides.
I mean, I've never heard that word either. Bona fide probably sounds like the correct saying.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Witty loses again.
Again.
Thank you,
Sorry.
Lando.
Thank you, Lando. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Good luck
Pleasure.
this weekend. Bye.
Thank you very much. Lovely to meet you all.
It was nice to meet you too.
Cheers, guys.
Looking
Thank
forward
you
to
very
you
much
getting
for
your
that.
signature.
Jess, I have to tell you, it was so adorable there how nervous you sounded.
I was
talking to him.
my voice was shaking. I also we should explain. So he's in Azerbaijan. So this is like even earlier than we normally record.
Yeah.
So I straight up just snorted a cafecito right before this, and I'm like so jittery, and I was so nervous.
I'm surprised you, like, off your own natural energy, you couldn't pull off an early morning wake up call just because you get to talk to Lando Norris.
Truthfully, I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning and just laid in bed waiting till I could leave for work.
It's rare that a Zoom has an aura to it.
Yeah.
That Zoom, it felt like we were interviewing a president.
Yeah, because there was
my
3
God,
PR
yes.
people. There was so many PR
There were
people.
a lot of PR people, and one of them was a big fan of the show. Which
Yeah,
we
which
love
is
to see.
which is great.
I
I feel
He
like
really
was
is
awesome.
adorable, though. Can I just say
yeah,
that?
right.
Yeah.
So I think hence the reason why Jess calls him Baby Lando. I think there's a very good reason. Now the audience might have a go at you for not bringing up the fact that you call him Baby
Honestly,
Lando.
there was no time. Like we didn't.
There
even,
was time.
We didn't
You
even
did. You
get
did
to
rapid
it.
fire at the end. You could have gone. Do people call you Baby Lando? And then it would have been
I know,
just as
you're right. That
awkward
would
as
have been a good
you
final
asking
question.
if he knows what bona fides are.
I thought you would have known.
Also,
I thought
the
you
Sky
would know
Sports
what it
F1
was.
broadcast uses controversy, so I have no idea what he's on about. But that's not all that we have for you, Formula One fans. We talked to a Formula One racer for the first time. If you listen to this program and you are a Formula One fan, we have more content for you. Starting this weekend, after the Sunday race in Azerbaijan, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, we have a new podcast for you. It's called DNF with Jessica Smetana, who sat next to me, and Spencer Hall. You guys will be reacting after every race live on YouTube, and then the show will be available as a podcast.
Yes.
How exciting.
It's kind of in the style of the full cast after dark, I think. And so we're going to do a little quick live show race recap for the rest of the season. So if you're bored on a Sunday, if you like Formula One or not, tune in. It'll be fun.
And Spencer Hall covered the Formula One race for ESPN, so he's got some bona fides in covering Formula One.
No one's ever heard of bona fides.
That's not true. It wasn't even my idea to say
He's an
bona
actual
fides.
British person.
That's actually, I don't think that's even a British thing. I think that's just a correct English thing, but,
Oh my
say
God.
bona fides.
I'm done with you.